Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Wendy here from Little Nest Crafts. I hope that you've had a great weekend. It's Tuesday here and today I'm going to be working on using up some of my old envelopes, and I'm going to make like a concertina envelope thingy, flippy flappy thing, and I also wanted to use up some of my laces, and I'd been sort of thinking, you know, what colour scheme I was going to use, and I've got quite a few kits in my computer. Well, yeah, I've got hundreds of kits in my computer actually, and I fancied using a neutral theme, and the papers that I've used I'll put in the link below. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was Boho Love or Boho Needs or something like that, but I'll put in the description box where I got the papers and ephemera and things from that I've used to fill this. So let's get started. So I've got these little envelopes here. Now these are smaller than the ones that I've actually used, and I started a prototype yesterday and I got that engrossed with it. I was up till about 3 o'clock this morning. I couldn't put it down. I quite enjoyed doing this project, so I hope that you'll enjoy it as well. And it's really easy. I've got these old envelopes here, and normally when we're working with envelopes we sort of put the flaps inside one another like that, and that gives you sort of a bifold, and you either secure it down at the back there and then stick your next envelope onto it like that, and it gives you like a trifold envelope. But this one, what we're going to do is I'm going to stick my envelopes down like that. Now I don't want to waste these envelopes, so I'm going to just clip them together with a paper clip so that you can see what I've done. And then it saves me gluing them down, because I might want to use these for something else. And then with the next one you do the same thing. You fold it over and you stick that one down onto there. So you can carry on doing this to make it as long as you want. I mean, you might be happy at just having 3 or 4, but I have actually made mine, which I'll show you in a minute. I've made it a bit longer. And then I've opened up this one because what I'm going to do is turn those flaps out, and then I'm going to stick these 2 flaps down, and I'm going to pop this onto here like this. On this one, and the same thing. Oops, a daisy. Try and get it so it's straight. And then when you fold it over, this gives you the first page with these flaps here. So I'm going to use a closure or something on there, and I can use that as a tuck spot. And then I've got a pocket there, and I've got a writing spot there which I can stick, or I can put pockets and things on. I've got another tuck spot, and then when I fold it over I've got a tuck spot in there, writing spot, a pocket, and a writing page there. So as I said before, really easy, and you can carry on you know, doing it again on there to make it as long as you want. So I hope that was fairly straightforward. So I'll take these paper clips off, and obviously if you want another one of these tuck spots, you just do the same again. Open up your envelope and fold the big flap the opposite way and glue it down. So let me close that up there, and then put those in there, and I'll show you what I've actually done. So the papers that I'm using, as I said, they're neutral pages. I'll just pop those envelopes to one side for a second, move my paper clips, clear the decks a little bit, and what I've been doing is collecting all my papers. So I've got some little pieces of ephemera here, and these are all French themed. You know, I've got words and little ephemera cards, circles. I've got some vintage book page here, French book page. There's all sorts of different cards here that I've had. As you can see, they're very lace orientated. I mean, I love that one. Look at that. That's make a nice pocket. And then there's ballet shoes, and they're slightly pinked, these here. So these are what I haven't put in my pockets yet. And then these are some of the background pages that I've used. There's some tags here that I've made out of some of the ephemera. There's a longer piece there. And then all the backgrounds, as you can see, I've used some pieces that are document orientated. Some more there. And I chose a few pinky ones as well, with like lace in the backgrounds, and that one's slightly pinkish with the neutral as well. And I got them all out because I wasn't sure what I was going to use. I'd also got these, but these are a little bit more yellowy tones, so I decided not to use those. That's a little booklet I've made. And then there was another piece of collage background there. So these are the leftovers that I've had. And then I'll bring out my piece. Let me just move those to one side. Try and clear the decks a little bit. And then this is the actual piece that I've been working on. This is the sari silk that I'm going to use for the closure there. And this was from the Happy Black Cat store. So lovely sari silk there. And I've been using some of the laces that I've got, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But this is the folio. This is the not the folio, the envelope thingy. And I'll just get to the beginning. So as I said to you, this is the front page, and what I've done is I've put my paper clips on to hold the background paper, and it actually goes that way. So as you can see, it's beautiful, lovely colour, and I'm going to stick down there, and then I want to put something behind these to strengthen these flaps, because obviously it's only envelope paper, so I want to make them a little bit thicker. And then on the front, when I went to one of the retreats, Rachel and Bella's lovely retreats, there's a lady there, Brenda. Hi, Brenda. And she brought in a wedding dress, and she generously allowed us to cut it all up, and you know, we helped ourselves to pieces of the lace. So I got a few pieces here. So what I've actually done is I've used that as like the closure part there, and I've cut round it and I've stitched it to make these pieces that are going to go on the front of my envelope, and I've done that one there. So once I've actually strengthened those, I'm going to glue those down, and I'm going to make a hole using some eyelets to put that there, and then through the eyelets I'll put some of this this sari silk. Now I'm debating whether to coffee dye these, because obviously this is slightly, well, this matches the same, but these are white, so I'm thinking of you know, coffee dyeing them a little bit to make them blend in a little bit more. But they're going to go on the front, and then I wanted to put these somewhere, so I don't know whether they'll be like a little tuck spot or just put inside. So they'll go on the front. So I'm just going to take those off for a minute, and then I'll show you what I've done. So this opens out like so, and as I said, you've got your pocket, and I've put in some of the plain backing paper in the back of the pocket there. So even though you're using envelopes, by the time you've put all your layers on, it does become quite a strong little pocket folio. And then I'm going to put these on as pockets. So you've got that one, and then it opens out again, and I've got a pocket there which I thought I would put these two things in. So I've put a backing piece on, and I've got these two cards here that I'm going to tuck in there, and perhaps put that on the side as just a bit of decoration. And then I didn't know whether to put another pocket on the front there with these two tags in, like so. And then there's little envelopes as well that come with one of the kits that I've used. So I'm using those inside there. And then this is a sign, so I thought I might stick that across the pocket. I don't know yet. Or down the bottom of the pocket. There. And then you've got this part here. So as you can see, I've used quite a few envelopes. It's so same again, a little tuck spot there with a couple of cards, and put a paper on. There's an envelope in the kit I'm going to use there, and then put this as a decoration. And then when you flip the whole thing over, if I turn it over, or shall I fold it back up? So when you flip it over again, turn it upside down, because everything on the other side will be upside down. That's the little pocket with the envelope in. Oh, you've seen that. Hang on. I haven't turned it over to this way. That's it. Right. a daisy. 1 second. No, it's this way. There we go. So now this is, as I said before, when you glue those together, you've got a tuck spot there. So I've put in a card, and then I've made another pocket here with some ephemera in. And then that flips up, and I've got some pieces here that I'm going to stick on there. Another double pocket here with some ephemera in, and I think that card has fallen out of there. You've got these sort of things in. There's your other pocket. And then I've put in a tag, and there are some more pockets that I could use as tuck spots on the side, which I might do. And then I thought that would go in the middle, depending on how I do these pockets. Let's have a look. That could go up the side there, like so. With that over there maybe, and this little louvre on the pocket there, and then I can put in some of these little pieces of ephemera. Which is quite nice. And then there's another pocket there with some tags and a little ephemera card, some words, and that's it. So the whole thing, you start again. So I think what I shall do is we'll start gluing things down. Where did I have that? Let me just make sure that I put things back to where I wanted them. That one went in there, I think. Oh no, it wasn't that one, sorry. That one went in there. And that one went in there. So, without further ado, I think we'll start gluing things together. And then to finish off, I'm going to add lace and use some of my laces everywhere. So we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to start from the beginning, turn it round. No, I'm not going to put the eyelets and everything in there yet, because I want, as I say, I want to strengthen that pocket. But I can start by adding my glue to hold this background page in. So I hope that you didn't mind that I pre-prepped, but it took me a long time to decide, and so that I didn't lose where I was, I put pencil number 1, so I knew which ephemera and which paper went with what pocket, because with having so many pockets and working back to front and then front to back, my brain wasn't functioning at 3 o'clock this morning, and I was getting all kerfuffled. So I thought, if I number everything, at least I'll remember in the morning where things are going. So I just need to slide that down a little bit more. I'm using Collol glue, this time, so I'm trying not to put too much on because it is a wet glue and I don't want all my things to be made wet because it wrinkles the paper. So I'm going to take those off there and take out this piece of paper here. And this is just to line the pocket with. So as I say, I cut everything out because it all takes time, and I'm quite conscious of how long the videos are. So let's have a look. Let's pop that down in there. Try and get it as straight as I can. I don't mind a little bit of the cream edge showing. Try not to wrinkle up my paper too much. There we are. So that's that. And then this one, I was going to do a side pocket. And pop that in now. I'm not quite sure about that one yet, so I'll pin that to the side. And we'll come back to that because I didn't like all this blank space, but we'll do this one instead because I quite like this one. So I hope that you're all well, and that the start to your week has been a good one. It's Tuesday here, and it's roughly about midday-ish. My husband's busy in the garden. We've got quite a big garden and it's quite a big task because I can't help him anymore because of my lumbar vertebrae and knees. I've shot it. So that's on there. And then we'll put this pocket down. And I'm not going to, almost did it. It's going to be a side tucks kind of thing rather than a pocket. So I'll put that on there. These two can go in on the side, and I have inked everything ready. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the backs as well. So I'll try not to put them too low down because I don't want them to get glued to the page. And then it's such a shame to cover up that lovely print, but I think I want to put a little extra something on there and put these two in the top there. So I think that's going to have to be a tuck spot as well, because those cards won't fit in, I don't think. It's not going to leave much to glue around the edge unless we use something like that. Could do something like that, make a wider pocket. which doesn't look too bad. We just have a look and see if there's anything else. Oh, choices, choices. I do love everything in this kit. No, I think I'll go with that one. My first choice. There we are. Just leave a little bit of an edge. There we are. Pop those two in there. And then I was popping that in that corner up there. But I won't do that straight away because I might put some lace underneath that. So I'll leave that under the safety pin and we'll go on to the next bit. Now this is another bit I'm going to leave because I've just got to put that in the pocket. Let's undo those a second. Keep forgetting to hold on to that little tab. Then it gets in the way, it gets sticky from being dipped in the glue on the page. Try to go to the edges so that when you're putting things in and out the pocket, it's not going to catch. Right, let's have a look. Try and get it straight. It's not quite straight. Daisy, not done a very good job of that, I'm afraid. I'll have to take it out, start again. Right. It's the only thing when you're gluing. Right. Better. There's my bone folder. Sometimes it helps to have your old faithful smooth things down. There we go. There we are. Now then, that can go in. That's a little pocket there, little envelope, and I've put some things in, and I thought I would glue that onto there, but same again, I might put some lace behind that. the same with this one. So put those two there, and that can go on there for a second. Now in this one, same again. I'm quite liking this collard blue because it does give you a bit of wiggle room, and using that tiny nozzle, it means that you don't put too much on, and your paper doesn't get wet. So that's going to be a tuck spot. I'll leave a bit of room at the bottom because I'm adding lace and things to it. Maybe just to there, that's better. And then those two cards can go in there like that. And then this one, same again. I think what I'm going to do is take that off there first. This one's open, so that's good. I won't have the same. I won't be struggling like I was with the last one. So we've got a busy week ahead of us. Next week we've got a couple of men coming to sand. We've got wooden floors throughout the house on the ground floor, and they really need sanding down and re-waxing. So we've got a couple of men coming on Monday of next week to sand all the floors. They're going to be here for about a week. So we've got to pack up, so it would be like moving house. We've got to empty all of our cupboards. 1 second, I put that the wrong way around. We've got to empty all of our cupboards so that we can move the furniture. That's tucked in there. And I'll put that on there because that's going to have some lace as well. And I'll get a paper clip just to hold it all closed. Whoops. Maybe not just yet. Or maybe like that. There we are. Yeah, so it's all systems are go really from tomorrow. I think it's going to be quite a hard job because my husband's not as agile as he was and has had hip surgery, and I've got a major back problem and knee problems, so bending and lifting and are a bit more difficult these days. But our neighbour next door, he's a really good neighbour. He's given us some huge storage boxes because we were thinking, where are we going to put all the furniture while they want to sand all the rooms, you know. You've got to move things out. The kitchen won't be so bad because that's just a matter of doing the floor, and I can wash all the bits and bobs down from in there, so everything can sort of stay in there. So those were going to go on there, weren't they? And this was the pocket from down here. Yeah, so, but you know, we've got, like here in the dining room where I work, there's all my craft stuff. So that's going to be a nightmare to try and pack all that. And not only that, how am I going to do my crafting for a week? That's going to be nigh on impossible. Well, then let me just pop a bit of glue in there. There we are. Talk about getting withdrawal symptoms just thinking about it. So let's put that lovely little girl in there. With my tags. Try not to shimmy her too far along because I don't want her to go in the glue. I'll put some eyelets and things in there, and we'll just pop this because we'll have some lace or something underneath there. Now then, do we want that up there? Not sure yet about that. I'll have to have a think. So we'll just put those on there for now. We've done that side. Right, we're coming back down this way now. So I've just stuck those down. And we've got to do this one. I made these a bit smaller because I thought, you know, you don't see the paper right the way down the bottom. And it's quite difficult, as you've seen, to get it tucked in without it all crinkling. So I thought, oh, just make it slightly smaller. Now then, come on, don't be silly. That's better. If I put it lower down and then I can put it up to where I need it, that's better. There we are. So that can go back in there. And we'll put a little tag in the back. Oh, let's have a look. One of those. One of those. Maybe a number. Could go on the front of that. put a lace flower or something on that side. So we'll pop that back in there. And then we'll tuck these on the side here. Now then, let's have a look at crease this paper. Now then, what I'm going to do before I glue down this, I'm just going to get a bit of masking tape to go along the crease there. So basically what I've done is I've put a piece of this masking tape along the crease there to give it some extra strength, and it doesn't show. So if you wanted, you could do that to all of your creases, but I haven't done it to the rest of them, but I might if I get a chance. This piece was a bit shorter, so I've added a bit of the plain backing paper too. Here we are. I'll try and keep it away from that crease. There we are. And then I'll add my pocket. Nice big pocket, this one. And it's a double pocket. I glued the front to it last night. So we've got a couple of pieces of ephemera there to go in the back, and I'll put some lace or something around the top of that piece there. But if we just get everything laid out first, then we can see where we are. And then I've got those pieces here. I thought I'd put that stamp there, so I'll just put a paper clip there, because again I might put some lace behind. And then this little envelope, I thought I would make into a pocket just there on its own. Just wondering about that. It's a bit crinkled. Like so. And I'm going to pop that there and just put a bit, these little bits of ephemera in, like that. We got something else there, Bordeaux. 3 little pieces of ephemera, and then I'm going to put some lace down there, and that'll hide that. It'll hide that masking tape. Oops, I've done it again. There we go. How are we looking time-wise? 45 minutes, crikey. Time does not run away with you. Try not to let it go for more than an hour. So I think what I'll probably do is carry on with the rest offline and put some lace on, and then come back and show you the finished article, as it were. Try and get a bit closer to the edge there. Here we are. I do love this paper. And we've got another pocket, which is going to go on that side. There we go. And then I've got these 3 pieces of ephemera to pop in there. Now a little bird. See, that could go there. Another double pocket. Let's just round the corner and see what it looks like. If we do that, yeah, because we can tuck some. I don't know about you, but I love to fill my pockets with all sorts of bits and bobs of ephemera. And then that way, whoever buys the journal or gets gifted the journal has got lots of places to put things, and you know, they've got things that go with the kit you've used or the ephemera that you've provided to match. Yes, please. My husband's just asked me if I want a coffee. So that can go there. And I quite like that there. So I'll put a paper clip to remind myself that I'm going to put some lace trim behind it. And then we've got something to go in here. So this piece wants gluing as well. Get that in quickly. Perfect. There we are. And then we can pop that piece of ephemera in there. Just fits perfectly. And then not sure what to do there. Could have another little pocket across there and put some lace underneath. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Why not? Because it just about fits there. Yeah, quite like that. I won't glue it totally down because we could use it as another little tuck spot. There we are. See what other little bits of ephemera we've got. Try and keep my smaller pieces. Fleur. There we are. I think these other pieces are a bit too big to pop in there. They'll obliterate. Got a little circle. There we go. So that's that one. And then that's back at the beginning then. So I'm just going to let it dry and then we'll carry on. Just clear the decks a little bit and I'll be right back. So I think we'll have a little flip through, see how far we've got, and then I'll add some lace. Put those to one side for a minute. I made a little booklet as well with some of the papers there. Which were quite nice. So that can go, what I thought I would do is pop it behind this front section when we've sorted out. So we turn it round, that's the front section there with the booklet in, and we've got that and that and that. So I'll flip it back down there, then we'll turn it round, and we've got that, 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 and that back to the front. I thought that was going to be on the front somewhere. So I shall be back in a little while. Hope you like it so far. Right everybody, what I want to do is I want to strengthen these flaps on the side here. So I'm just going to take out that little booklet, and I'm going to place it on this white card. This is a scrap where I started to cut something out and I cut it wrong. So rather than waste it, I'm going to use it. So basically, I'm just going to draw around these flaps. Oops. That's that one. And I'll do each one individually because they might be slightly different. So, same again. Just a rough template. There we go. So I'll go away and cut those out and we'll glue them to the back. Right, that's one side stuck down. And then I've done the other one and I'm just going to ink around the edges. So it's just plain white card, and what I've done is I've used some of my scraps and cut round the piece that I'm going to use, and I've also added some masking tape along that crease and along this crease to strengthen those. So we're going to glue this down here. Try and get right close to the edge, not put too much down so it all squelches out. And then this is going to go down there. Now then, I'll just leave that one to dry a sec. Just bring it away from the crease a little bit. There we are. Make sure it folds down, and as you can see, where we drew round it was only a rough guide, so I can trim those off with my scissors. And I think what I'll do is I'll get a smaller pair of scissors and stand it on its edge a little bit. And I'll use my corner rounder to finish the corners so they're nice and neat. Excuse me, my dog's just come in and opened the door, and I think the TV's on. Right, where's my corner round? Use the medium-sized one. Maybe the larger one, let's have a look. That's better. So we'll do the same the other side. Oops, a daisy. Try and pick it up. One. And just take your time so it's nice and steady. And we'll round that one off as well, using the large one. There we are. Just get rid of these pieces. In the bin. So that's the flaps done, and we'll just ink round the edges and let them dry off a little bit. Might need to add a touch more glue. Do the insides as well. There we are. So you're not really going to see those. So I'll leave those undecorated because these are going to be covered in the lace. And I was hoping that my Beacon 3-in-1 glue would have come today, but they sent me the wrong item. They sent me 5-in-1 nail gel. So I've just had to do a return. Right, so what we'll be doing is we'll be making some holes under there. So I'll be gluing down a certain, to about there, and we'll be putting eyelets in, and then the sari silk will go through the eyelets. So I suppose we could do those now. I'll just get my eyelet setter. So I'll use the large setting, and we'll try and get it, just eyeball it. Put in that, and then have the strengthener on the back. That's one. And same again. Just get the little piece of paper out of there. And we'll do the other one. There we go. It's not quite in the middle, but it won't be seen. And I quite like using these little rings over the back. They just reinforce the holes a little bit. There we go. So that's that done. And then if I get some of this sari silk to pop in, and we want enough to do a nice bow. Or we could actually maybe do it this way, where we get two pieces and there's a seam there, so I'm going to chop that bit off. That's where they join the sari silk together to make long strips. Hopefully this will be nice to do a bow with. And then we'll measure it again. So we've got the same length. And we'll pop this through the other section. There we are. And then we'll get our lovely little notebook, and I've decided I'm going to put that on there with some lace, and then these two can be closed to make a double bow. Here we are. So what I'll do, I'll pause the video again there, and I'm going to coffee dye these, and then I'm going to decorate the inside with lace and finish it all off, and then I'll finish off the video so you can see the finished product. So I'll catch you later. Right, welcome back everybody. This is the finished project. So I hope you like it. And what I'll do, I'll just do a flip through, and I'll show you what laces and things I've used. So this is the main closure, and the reason I've had to do that, if I flip it over at the back, it just leaves a pocket at the back, and when I put these in at the front, I realised that this was all open and I didn't want it to be, so I'll explain to you what I did at the end, but that's the reason that it's got two ribbons at the front. So if I undo those, so this is the first flap that you've got at the front. And what I did, I used some wedding lace, courtesy of Brenda. I think I told you in the previous part of the video. And what I did, I had a go at coffee dyeing it, and the only thing was, when I coffee dyed it, it turned out a different shade, too much so to go with the sari silk. So that's the reason I've left it white, because as you can see, it's not the right colour. But I won't waste those. I will actually use them on a different project at some point. We don't like to waste wedding lace, so as you can see, I've left it white. So there's the first 2 flaps, and inside we've got a little booklet, and I put some lace at the back here, and with just pretty little thing on the front, and there's quite a few pages in there, and they're all pages from the kit, which I'll list below. Oh, excuse me. So I'll close that up now, because that's all that's in that little pocket, and it'll just stop everything falling out. So there we go. So we open the flap, and in here you've got a pocket, and it's got a large tag. Oopsie daisy. There we go. And there's a little pocket at the front with some ephemera, all sorts of different ephemera. And there's a pocket at the back with more ephemera in. And I'm still debating. I might put some stamps on here just to take the plainness off. But I'm going to, I'm going to leave it as is for the time being. So here's a little envelope pocket, and I've put some sari silk on the front, and I've made 2 little tags, and I've put some flowers on those. We've got an envelope and some tags, and there's a little tuck spot there, which we've got some ephemera cards in, and a little stamp. So they're all tucked away nicely in there. And we've got a pocket there with a card in. And then there's another little pocket there, and that just says "You are one in a million" and "Cherish." There's a stamp there, some little ladies there, and a couple of tags, oopsie daisy, in there. Oh, and I forgot to put some of the sari silk around there, so I will actually do that. In fact, I'll do it before I forget, because I've got my glue gun on. I'll just reach over for my sari silk. No time like the present, is there? And it'll take literally a few seconds. And if I don't do it now, I'll forget. Because I've got a memory like a sieve. So, there we go, that should be enough. Get my tweezers, put my hot glue across there, and then oopsie daisy, it's got a mind of its own. Oh, come on. Right. go. So that's that. Here we are. We'll pop that in there. Just get rid of the strings. So you've got two little girls in there, or a young lady and a little girl. And then we've got a tag with a pocket. Another pocket there with some words and things in. Two tags there which I've finished with sari silk and some eyelets. And then you've got a little girl. Why won't that go in? Let me just check out this pocket. There we are. Put that in front, I think. That's better. There we go. And then you turn it round and we've got another pocket at the back with two cards in, which are rather pretty, some ballet slippers and a dress. And then I've done this envelope here. Now forgive me because it does look as though it's upside down, but when I opened up the envelope, the flap, oops a daisy, wait a minute, as you can see the writing is the wrong way. The flap should have been made to go on that side of the envelope, but there we go, not to worry. It's so that's the reason I put the lace and I put Paris on, and it looks as though it's on upside down, but it's not when you actually open the envelope. And inside I've got several little ATC cards in there, and then that is the flap closure spot there. So those go tucked away nicely in this envelope here. And I'll just pull those up a little bit so you can see them. And then, as I say, I finished the back with lace. So what I did, I opened up the whole of the flap because I wanted these bits reinforcing. So I've done the same as I did on the front. I've put printed card on all three of these flaps, trace round them like I showed you on at the beginning of the video. And then before I've glued this flap, this main flap down, I've put some double-sided tape, stuck the sari silk to it, lifted the flap up, glued it down, careful not to glue underneath here, and then I finished it off with some more of the wedding lace there. So that's that. And then we need to come down this way now. So we've got a side tuck there with some things in, and then we've got another pocket, and I've finished that with lace with some sari trim through the eye holes, so it's like an eyelet lace. And there's two pockets there, and these have got ephemera in, and I've done the same with them, put some eyelet lace. So that's the theme throughout the this little envelope folio flip out flippy floppy thing. There's another envelope there with some ephemera in, and same again, I finished that with some lace. Another envelope here, sorry, side pocket here, and a pocket at the back, which have got ephemera cards in, and I can actually put some more in because I've got some spares, so I'll just fill those up a little bit. And then what have we got here? There's that one, which is it's actually an envelope, that is, which I'll fold up to make it tiny by following the score lines. And then that looks as though it folds over like that. And then these bits that should actually fold over and tuck in the top, if it will. It might be a bit tricky because it's not quite the same size. It's how they used to close envelopes in the years gone by. So that should flap inside there. Is it going to go? Yes. So that's a nice little piece of ephemera, and I'll finish that off with some ink. And I'll actually put that in one of the little pockets. So we were putting extra bits and bobs in here. I suppose I could tuck it down there actually. There we go. I've got an extra piece. So, oh, let's have a look what we got. There's a nice shoe there. Although it's not quite the same colour. Let's pop that in. There we go. So plenty of ephemera in this kit, and nothing else I've got will fit in that other pocket. It's too big, unless I've got a small one. No. So in here we've got 2 tags with some sari trim at the top. And then I've put some cheesecloth behind here. And then we're back to the beginning. So if we open it right the way out, we've got, how many pockets in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 12 pages, 6 on each side. So I don't know if you can see all that in its entirety. And then if we flip it over, that's the other side. Make sure my tags are well tucked down so they don't go in the creases. So I do hope that you like it. That's the back. And then we'll close it up again at the front. So thank you for watching, everybody. Any questions, do leave me a message if there's anything that I haven't spoken about and you're not quite sure of. You know, I will answer all your messages, you know, straight away. I'm quite prompt at doing that. And I hope you've enjoyed what I've made, and I do hope that you'll join me for the next video. Please like and subscribe, and I'd love it if you would leave me a comment, because it helps the algorithms, and it gets my videos noticed a bit more, because I am a fairly new YouTuber, and so I would appreciate if you do that for me. But it's great that you like and take the time to watch the videos, so thank you again, and I'll say bye for now. Bye.